Hello there, and welcome to episode 242 of the FlameFlash.net podcast. It's always fun when it's one of those sandwich numbers. I'm forgetting the term, but when a word like mom or dad, where it looks the same back and forth, forward and backwards. 242 is one of those. And here we are, a weekend after. I'm just launching right into it. Weekend after another assassination attempt. Now, what bothers me about this one is either the individual was just planning so poorly and didn't understand, or this whole thing was fake somehow. And I am seeing internet rumors where this guy is pictured in pro-Israeli hoodie and pictured with the administration at events, members of the administration at events. And then I'm also seeing footage of this guy being a left-wing teacher that was just sick of everything. But what doesn't sit right with me overall about the occurrence.
Head on up. Love you guys.
Well, there's a reminder for kids to go up the stairs to bed. Um, is how some of them seem to have genuine PTSD and panicked reactions, and some of them did not. And those pictures are floating around too of the power smirk as others are told of what just happened, or him potentially looming in the background. In an interview, he mentions that he wanted to watch the events, so that had to have been him in that picture as Miller and his wife, pregnant wife, are being escorted out hastily. And then the coincidental um, soundbite of the press secretary saying shots are going to be fired. The defense secretary with a smug look on his face. Something seems amiss. So either it was faked, or rather than having any concern whatsoever about anyone around that seemed to have some genuine reactions, um, the widow Kirk, for example, they were immediately looking at how they can spin it to their advantage. Even the president's "we're all in this together" message um, today on the 27th feels insincere, especially with as um, divisive as he's been in the past. It's off character, it's off brand, it's problematic. I mean, I, when it happened, was at a very nice little place downtown with my date, and we were playing Magic the Gathering. And over off on the TV, where somebody had been watching basketball, suddenly it cuts this. It's like, okay, well, that's weird. Why is the president speaking at this time of night? What's going on? It was going in the back of my head, and then everybody's looking all fancily dressed. I didn't even know the White House correspondent dinner was happening that Saturday night. I had not been paying attention. I was focused on my own personal life. And Patel in the background looking fancy, but like Stoned out of his mind. I'm sorry, but really, man. Huh. And they were talking something serious. And shots were fired. And the suspect was shot initially and then in custody. But some of this stuff just feels so poor taste. Like getting a picture of the guy while he's on the ground. Just saying he's caught is enough. Why do you have to make every single thing a media spectacle? Which, again, lends me back to, was it real or not? Or are they just being opportunistic about it? And the gross generalizations of the right saying, oh, well, liberals are just violent, rah, rah, rah. Meanwhile, we have statistical evidence of the right being the ones that are uber violent and problematic. January 6th being one case in point. So it falls back on the generalization thing. And when one talks about subjects such as how problematic the police are, or how problematic men are, and somebody gets upset about, oh, not all cops are bad, or not all men are bad, not all men, that standard response, reaction, call and response, it it's those that react negatively loudly that are offended because they see themselves as being lumped in with everyone else. And you can even see that with the president and this guy's supposed manifesto talking about like, because the suspected shooter, I mean, he's literally caught, so I don't know why the media are saying suspected, but wrote in his manifesto, quote, I'm no longer willing to permit the, and then for editing purposes and trigger warnings, the PDF file and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. So a little editing there. But the president immediately jumps to the assumption that the wannabe assassin that, we don't know for sure who his target was. Supposedly it was anybody in the administration. It was his primary target, which also seems weird and vague. And the president took that personally. It's one of those amazing self-burns because the interviewer is then able to respond with, oh, do you think he was referring to you? I mean, methinks thou doth protest too much, Mr. President. If you notice, the auto worker that called him out only got the bird. He has not been sued, and that's quite interesting. So you can call the president that, and you don't get sued. He's so litigious about everything else. So the fact that somebody was able to call him that and not get sued is pretty weird. Let's just say pretty weird. Not making any direct accusations. It's just weird. obviously, played some Magic the Gathering this weekend. My new partner is still learning the game and got mana screwed with that deck, so I look forward to another rematch where it's a little more balanced, because so far each time we've played, one or the other of us has gotten mana screwed, and oh dear, a yawn, excuse me, and that has made things difficult. We'll get there though. Um, Otherwise, I played some Sonic Generations. Last played the 25th. Let's see. And otherwise, played some Civ on the 19th. Am I going too far backwards at this point? When was the 19th? Is that... That was... So that would have been included in last podcast, probably, when we survived the tornado. But I think there was a little bit of World of Warcraft. I can't remember for sure. It's been another wild week. Very good week, personally. And the world is on fire. It just is. April is nearing the end. We have 200 some odd days until midterms, if we can survive until that long. There are rumors flying around that the weapon reserves might be getting dangerously low thanks to the Iran war, because the president chose to go in guns blazing and unprepared. Shocker, I know. Those are just rumors at the moment, though. So, we wait and see. We wait and see. Personally, rather than restocking, I would like to see the government start, I don't know, taxing the ultra wealthy and giving us all health care. Let's spend that money a little more wisely, people, on the country's happiness rather than greed and warfare and oligarchy and distracting from the Trumpstein files. Because regardless of if it was a false, regardless of if it was a scripted event or an unscripted event, we need to continue to remember why we are trapped where we are at the moment. And it's because the president has not been acting in the best interest of the country and is in the Trumpstein files. And a lot of these things feel like distractions. Completely. Where we go from here, well, we're going to try to hold our own, focus on the people around us that we love, get trapped into mowing the lawn. Yeah, I mowed the lawn last weekend too. The first time this summer. I heard Diablo 4's expansion came out. There's a big patch that just went through. I'm still trying to play through the original game's content, so I have zero interest in buying the expansions yet. Need to have time. Just need to have time. It runs wonderfully on the Steam Deck, however. Just putting that out there. But we'll wrap it here. I'm not like that's what's dominating the news right now is the shooter being apprehended outside the Correspondents' Dinner. We don't know specifically who his target was, and he was apprehended fast enough. This whole thing. Oh yeah, we played some Fortnite. We actually played some Fortnite yesterday. And won a match. Sleepy has been watching some YouTubers. More some entertaining videos regarding Fortnite, but I think that's what inspired the draw of going back. Even got to record that session, so in a couple of years, there it will be on the blog. Right now, I am editing and scheduling stuff from December 2024, so yeah, just a bit behind. But with all that being said, remember my words are my own. Freedom and autonomy are the rights of all sentient beings. And if you want to reach me, podcast@flameflash.net, or leave a comment in various places. The email is the most reliable, but I'll eventually maybe see your comments elsewhere. So take care. Stay safe. And it's going to get even messier before it gets better, is my assumption, sadly.